question count, every single word. Evening light breaking, people tuning in. Different voices calling, let the talk begin. From corruption talk to the people them cry. Asking real questions like why? Community voices, youth them rising strong. Mama them calling, saying things been wrong. We need solution, not every talk. Time to fix the system, time to take a walk. No fear, no favor, we speaking it clear. The truth might be bitter, but the people must hear. From county to county, the message goes spread. Better Liberia, that's the road ahead. Face the issue, no hiding again. Truth on the airways, calling us citizens. From Liberia to the villages far, we speaking the truth, no matter who you are. Face the issue, stand up people. The future is now, not stories of old. We teach our light on the radio, making voices be heard. Every question counts, every single word. But the people want proof, no more empty promise. We define the truth. Every patient on give jobs for the youth. Let the leaders answer. Let them show the truth. From the 15 counties, every citizen matter, no one escapes. It's not every country. We all gotta say, face the issues now. Don't delay. Talk your mind, stand your ground. Let the truth come out loud. Make it shake the town. Face the issue. No more silence. The very rising. We're making it right. Colin, speak up. Your voice matters. This is more than a show. It's a movement.
And the government need to really invest. The people like you that get the type of structure. They come say even if we are just be getting you $1 million for the budget year every year they give you $1 million. You do your impact.
If I were president of this country, I should God show you His wonder. You never believe it. We told Joshua for what? You're a footballer.
Yeah.
A football the very country. A football bring medicine in the head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen to because she's from Howard University.
Yeah.
What will it do for you? No passion for development. Then Umo Joshua will put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
He had me.
Connections there, you not get it.
No connection.
Yeah. Just say that Doma, all kind of things that just happen here. I'm sure no he, no tea.
When he was 12 years older, Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She had traveled from country to country and kept a man in the barrage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yes.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader when the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All African leaders they need support from the West.
Yeah.
No African leader will help another African leader with money for development.
Yeah.
In the West.
Yeah.
It does not have that contact. The Senate got a type of worker.
Okay.
Because when we wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attached the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for those commissioners who decided from Bolivia to where. And said the way forward is a Panama House discussion for peace. Then when Boyka come now, he is deceived by coming there, by the Dillon there, Nombi there, and he now where he's just taking all kind of way, Boyka, all kind of things. He won't go after people. Then, you know, the CDC still control the lower house in the upper house.
Mm-hmm.
So they went talking away, talking of thing they did, Magati thing, they did a resolution that passed because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened. Wow. All that they almost signed to Yombi house. Then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh. Then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani, Jim Bani. Now when I went to Kum, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our legal documents to guide where. Then Boyka benefited from the 2011 because he was not wrong with them.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving about for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finished campaign for that kind of Omer, then he wants to persecute us. He doesn't want to persecute us. So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Your partner said, go look for lawyer. So from Kun offered, my own son offered that I went and signed a resolution. I have many things that why you did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So, starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Boyka send a bill, then we'll now put all the law they put in now and back it.
Oh, okay. That was a smart move.
I said correct move.
Let me just first of all apologize to you for the tension we created a few times, especially almost creating embarrassment for this country. As they relate to the speaker, the embarrassment we created to the government that got everybody confused, want to apologize. But let me tell you why it happened. There is always a reason for this. There's some common practice and they also even the entire legislature. Whenever you go to the first round of election, we have wait the second round to determine the speaker. And the issues of consensus, we have wait the second round to determine the speaker. We believe that whenever a speaker is the party of the government, it makes our work easier. There's not too much confrontation. The tension we created this few days emanated from one of our colleagues who feared that transition to be changed. They remember in the 54, Bobas Chimo, but then the speaker, they didn't have more members than CDC did. But the fact that Bobas Chimo was a sedition, and moreover, his party won the presidency, His Excellency, the former President George Biden, we decided to give the right to Bobas Chimo. There was no contention. Normally, the president takes the speaker and the deputy fought in the opposition to balance the house. But under our regime, the 55th legislature, there were people who felt it was smarter than us in terms of following the tradition. After we won the election, our president was waiting for the second round. Fortunately for all Unity Party in Victoria, we called for a meeting and we draw our fellow lawmakers. And this time around, this was Unity Party. They said, no way, it can't happen. guy get money more than you, I know more than you, I'm more sophisticated more than you. It can't happen. Paul will take them. It was on that basis, and when we win the election, we lost our passport. And I can tell you this because I apologize for the tension created by us. But more, there was a reason. It was on that basis that we felt if our government we have an opposition speaker, it will suppress the substance of the referendum. I think that's for you, no matter how you feel. It was on that basis that today we emerged victorious because we know the next candidate in the house is to have a speaker of a
2025 budget will determine his clear vision for the country. Okay, so it also includes the dividend on some of these crowds. For instance, I know it can be argued understandably that the Oapa Bridge that the Chinese government is about to build, they stripped the road from Bolivar to 12th Street. They were all in the Puebla, that's true. But it was blocked in the Puebla. The President Bouaca's visit to China, reassuring China that when we are taking action on the global stage, we take it with our own interest first as a country, not to please any other person before Liberia's interest, and then people fighting, then we join and vote.
Just a final question.
Yeah. So you see, he visited to the focus to the China Africa Forum has now got China excited with the week of the new commitment to come do this project. They are in town already. You call the Minister of Public Works, you tell the Chinese government don't waste time when they say they want to do something. But when you step on their interest, then you're in problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on the global stage, the first question we should be asking, what's in it for us as a country and people? And if what's in it for us is good as a country and people, if other countries benefit from the trickle-down effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will hurt ourselves as a country and people.
So
please.
Liberia is in trouble. But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system.
It will be confiscated.
They're just pushing like this.
If you're the government,
I don't know where
the vehicle which was used to transfer the
forefathers of Liberia
also be confiscated and forfeited.
Even the former president, Syphilis, is
joint national security investigative task force are also being instructed to take similar actions against the resident of the support team. Located at Bibiro, where the drugs seized on June 8, 2026 were stolen, picked up from, transported.
Transformation to Liberia. That's a man who will have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in the second time. But if you understand, they are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. Usually, Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. In sports? Zero. Oh yeah, go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let me see you Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your national national team, you are experiencing Liberia now. If you don't know, In 2 years' time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. What I mean, worstest country in the whole world. If Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there's no God, I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right. The hardship, you have not seen that ship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have ever experienced. And later we bring the water. Kind of president. This president does not have anything, doesn't have any template, doesn't have any roadmap. They just sit there. It was real election. Real election was forced on you. Forced on the president. So had to die before
Okay, so let me say hands up to all of you wherever you are. It's great joining us right here tonight on this very day, and we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here beaming with life and that of good health. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. But remember, with God, all things are possible. So we are working together for the good of our country, and we're going to work together as a team, always making sure that the right things are done so that our country can prosper. Now, we are nearing the Independence Day celebration, and we are saying that the festive celebration, especially from the government angle, is being taken to my own native, Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. The soil where my umbilical cord was buried, or you call that neighbor stream, was buried. And so that's where we are going. And it's going to be not easy. At honest to the president and vice president left the town today, and I went there to dedicate some projects that were earmarked for the Independence Day celebration in Buchanan City. And I'm also understanding that the distribution lines for electricity works in Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County, because electricity had reached Buchanan already. In fact, ArcelorMittal and the Loop area were already benefiting from that. And the CDC's administration had anticipated, since it was already there, to have the issue of distribution and connections. That's why it was left, and until the CDC left power. So 2 years after the Unity Party was in power, now they are carrying the 26th celebration there. That's when they are trying to connect homes. We say kudos. Our parents will, for the first time in post-war Buchanan City, experience connections into some of their homes, and that will be by extension. And we join the list of cities that already have national power grid. Ganta City, Nima County, and Senekure as well enjoyed national power grid. You have Topman Berbomi County also enjoys that. I don't know what a Rabot sport, but I know parts of Grand Cape Mal County also enjoyed that. Under the CDC, Kakata City, Magibi County also enjoys that. And he gave it talk about Moserado County. Do not all parts of Moserado County, but of course, Moserado County is the first that enjoys that. And several other counties, I think some of them I'm leaving in out. Yeah, Banga City, Bon County also enjoys electricity power grid under the CDC. So I think Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County is where I must admit that the Unity Party will be carrying distribution lines, and for the first time, people will see electricity power grid visit their respective homes and business centers. So the Unity Party, yes, for that. With the exception of that, the rest of the other counties are named. They are all CDC's effort on the CDC's administration. So let me just put it that way. How y'all doing? I hope you are doing so great, and we are right here tonight. It's not easy, but God is there. God is continuing to guide us, and God will continue to give us the strength for us to overcome whatever situations we are faced with. He has his timing for everything. He shakes you up before he sets you up. And of course, that's what we may be going through as a country and persons. God has his own timing for everything. Sometimes when God don't want good things your way or some things your way, he will shake up those things, and sometimes you will see them behaving in a way that you don't even expect them to behave. But it's God's own way of shaking you up and making you to make a decision that you never want to make, especially in quiet time. So God will shake you up for that, and that's where we are. So I'm very grateful to the Almighty God for his life he has given me, and you keep some of us in your prayers. We are facing tough times. We are in challenging times. And the smiles we bring forth is meant for you, and we have to. But deep inward, it's not easy. We are fighting out there. Your prayers have kept up this far, and you can't give up on us. You got to keep praying the most, so that whatever the obstacles are that keeping us down or that bringing us within, that God will be able to use his own power and might and kick out those obstacles in no time. That those decisions that may be difficult for us to make, that God himself will step in and then force those decisions out by all costs. So we are right here on this very time. And so tonight is going to be a fantastic night indeed. Prince Sharif, the Parawa Hotman, is going to join us right here tonight. And he had always been on the weekends edition, leading the team alongside Newton Tupa on the Diaspora Talk edition of the Face the Issues. Then we have for Pere Reto and the CDC's convention that did talk with somebody close to the ex-president or the 25th president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador George Manawia, and about the CDC's convention. So Pere Reto is also an executive of that convention committee. So she's joining in tonight. So most of these discussions will be held shared between she and that of Prince Sharif while we are here tonight. So we'll be bringing her on over 8:45. And but Prince Sharif is right here with us tonight, right here on this dial. He has joined as a co-host of the show here tonight. Let me say, Prince and Mr. Sharif, the Parawa Hotman, how's everything with you, boss? How you doing? How you doing from your end?
Yeah, well, Teacher Light, again, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity.
Mr. Sharif?
Yes, sir. Yeah, hello?
How you doing from your end? Sorry.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are doing great. We are doing okay. And it's always a privilege for us to sit, on the platform to share with the boss, yourself. We see this as a great opportunity. And we want to say thank you that you have given us an opportunity to share in this blessing. Not many others will do what you've done.
Okay.
To look at us and say, well, let's share this glory together. We want to say thank you for the opportunity, for giving us this opportunity. But again, from our end, we think all is now well. Individually, we might be okay, but speaking as a patriarch of a nation, all is now well relative to where we are as a people, as a nation. But we are always grateful that we can come to add our voices, to the many voices to ensure that Liberia becomes a better place and expose a kleptocratic regime that have turned our nation into a narco state. So we are here again, and thank you so much. We are here, Teacher Light.
Yeah,
thank you.
Sure. I know. All right. Thank you, Prince. And is Jude joining us to coming a bit broken? I don't know, maybe if the network from our end, because you guys enjoyed an excellent network on your side. And we also understand that Raymond will come in, and I hope for Pedro will be able to share the link with him. That is subsequently when we're ready to usher them in, that he will be on the standby too. But Prince and I, we are here hosting you all together. Remember, the CDC's national convention, especially the USA convention, is up and running as the next program to be attended after the FIFA's World Cup. The next program to be attended by the 25th president and, of course, the standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change and here the Coalition for Democratic Change. He's going to be attending that before he departs the United States of America. And remember, the diaspora team of Political Network, they are huge influencers as it relates to what our country deserves and what we should look up to. They are sitting there, they are not overlooked because they pay their taxes to their respective senators, their lawmakers, representatives, and they can bang at the doors of these people and say, we are paying our taxes here, And I remember we enjoyed dual citizenship. And back home in our country, there is XYZ that is happening. So the political organizations of these political parties in Liberia residing in the diaspora, they have a huge stake in the, especially if you want diplomatic, or if you want foreign direct, I don't call it interference, but I call it intervention into what is happening in the country. That's the stake you talk about. So the CDC USA chapter, you have the Unity Party USA chapter. These are people that have the duty to bang on the doors of their people. So whatever political establishment that is in Liberia, these arms are very essential in mounting international pressure on local government to deliver. So the organization of these bodies are very key as well, because depending on how organized they are, that's how their voices will matter. That's why we are calling them in tonight, and to just hear from them, what is it that they are going for? What have they started doing already? What are they thinking about Liberia? And what is pushing this organization? Why are they moving in this light? These are things that we'll be talking about here tonight, right here on this very day. So, Mr. Sheriff, you are just talking about a couple of issues, and let me say welcome to you. And we are here tonight. I know back there in the United States of America, you guys may not be okay. Yes, individually things may be okay with you people as compared to those of us back home here. But in terms of your country, all is not well, especially when your home is not well, then all is not well with you. And so back home here, all is not just well. And we are here, and the latest issue that we've been discussing, that we've been looking at, which comes up days in, days out, with latest developments coming up, very troubling developments coming up, is the issue of the drug bust that indeed has affected our country. The country's image have gone far and wide, not for the good reasons, but for all the wrong reasons. And people will least expect to be attached to these kind of things, who are supposed to be actors to protect the state against these kind of crimes. They themselves are one way or the other being hurt, supposedly linked somehow to it. It's too troubling from where we are and from where we sit. But let me hear from you first of all. What have been your own readings about this issue about drug, Prince Sheriff, that we've been hearing about of recent? I know you guys will talk more about it tomorrow, but let me just get your perspective on it in the meantime.
Thank you again, Teacher Light, for giving us the opportunity. For some of us, and let me just say for me in particular, I am not surprised at this particular drug burst, and I know that there's going to be more of these. The reason why I'm not surprised, Teacher Light, you are a legal person. In any society where the law, the rule of law, or somebody will say, whatever institution or whatever thing people put together to guard them, when that particular law is being disrespected by either the head, you must know that that nation is slipping into chaos. Drug does not just enter the country out of a sudden. It first of all starts by the small crack. And when you see the leadership, the people who are supposed to protect the law, when they start to break the law, when they start to disrespect the law that is, that makes all of us to be equal. Because, according to the law, that is the only place that all of us equal. When you go before the law, it does not look whether you are short, whether you are tall, you are whatever, educated or not. They look at the facts. So everybody honor the law. We are all equal. So if you see the government starts to break the law, then you must know that it's a remedy, or it is opening doors for so many things to happen. So what we are seeing, like, drug burst in the country, armed robbery, and the increase of police brutality, these are all things that just follow when the law is broken. So the reason why these people are brave to enter the Republic of Liberia, walk through our borders without anybody asking them, is because they have seen that the government that should be protecting the law, the government is breaking the law. So nobody will ask them. So just by the fact that the law is being broken by the very president gave these guys the leeway to, look, we can enter. The government does not respect the law, because if the law was to be respected from the very beginning, these people, they were going to know that no, Liberia is a no-go zone. But we saw what happened. Immediately this president took over. The first thing that this president did to send a signal to the world and to his partners in crime that Liberia is open for, drug business, you can now walk free, is for this president to look at the Supreme Court, that is the highest decision making, that all of us will be able to subscribe to what they say without even turning our back. this president was able to look at the court and say, to hell with you, I get time for you. There are people then that are LRA, I want them to be removed. Remember, the LRA, those that were there, they had a tenure position. He went to that place and said, you will move these people from there. At the end of the day, when these people ran to the court, Mr. Boyka decided to bypass. He said, okay, and I'm moving and suspend them. Up to today, they are still under suspension. We saw what happened at the EPA. These people were also taken from their tenure position. So when we saw Mr. Boyka start to haunt people with tenure position, with a gross disrespect, and not even listening to the court, after the court said, no, your proceeding is wrong, and decided to disrespect the court, we knew that the thing here is a long run with Inzo. We knew that the thing here, where we're playing from, they're not about to be easy. We also saw what happened with the case of Fonati Kofa. When the lawmakers, you know, they had their own issue. Mr. Boyka said to the world and to the Liberian people, look, even though the law say I'm not supposed to deal with the illegal people that is led by Rachel Nagbe-Kun, but I will deal with them. I will disrespect the law to the extent that the Supreme Court gave a ruling relative to Mr. Boyka. You're not supposed to deal with the illegal people. He said no. The honorable man who is supposed to be honorable enough, a legal luminary, somebody who should be well respected in our society, the Justice Minister, Honorable Oxford Tuer, misinterpreted the law in the broad daylight because he wanted it to suit Mr. Boyka. So teacher, like when we start to see these things going on, when we saw that these things were happening in a broad daylight, we knew that the only thing that hold us together, the only thing that protect our integrity, when we saw that it was a risk, we knew that our country might finish. We knew that it finished. So what is happening? These are all just things that follow when the rule of law is broken. That's all.
You're right. Certainly, Prince, you are 100% right. And I was even as you were speaking, I was thinking the other way around. And I asked myself the question, because we are now asking the question, because we know that drug in the country already, as to why these are some of the circumstances that bring his name in. Or lawless country, where the government and of course the executive takes law into its own hands, then it is its own agents. They will only benefit from the lawlessness, because it is the executive that's supposed to provide every other protection and lead to that. So it's very much important that Prince was able to stress all of that. But again, when you know, criminals before they come in with their strategies and think, they look at the weaker vessels, especially in an institution or in a given society or in an environment. And the weaker vessels in a given society environment are people who lack integrities. When you lack integrity, you are a weaker vessel. When any criminal wants to infiltrate a society, they look for the weaker vessels. Who are the stronger vessels? The stronger vessels are those vessels that stand for the truth. They have integrity, they have morals, and they don't just fall easily. So, as the election process was going on, these criminal cartels, they were watching. They watch every political process. They watch every country political process and the decision making of those countries. They try to watch it with keen interest. Now, when they saw that during the election period, they believed that there were two front runners. One, George Weah, who could not easily be bended, not by even white influence or white Caucasians, because he has lived with them before, worked with them before, he has been able to resist them before. So he's not somebody who can be influenced by Western pressure or Western whatever it is. He's somebody who is able to work with them. And which of course is very essential as well. Key as well, he understands them. So they look at it and say, no, they got to carry some of the Western civilization in him, the issue of integrity, morals, and every culture of the Western society that deals with integrity. You can't go to Weah and then bend him easily. So when they follow the other candidate who's a front runner as well, they look at Joseph Yuma Boakai. Now, who was the guy that was leading Joseph Boakai's entire campaign? It's Henry Pesto Costa. So they sat there for long, they began to monitor with keen interest. When they saw that the other front runner, who possibly could be somebody who could fall for anything, who could take anything. And of course, these criminals say, okay, very good. This is the weaker vessel that we can use. to infiltrate the system. Look at the number of cocaine. Now, I'm saying this because this statement from Henry Pedro Costa is what that made these.
And he wants send the money back. Okay, I will send your money back.
You listen to
I raised it to G5.
that is why Waka was the best for these criminals. The best pick for these as the weakest vessel in the front runner with that kind of character.
One day, make Joya send 2G5. Just so small thing to identify. One day, make Joya talking. Then he say, he wants send the money back. Okay, I will send Joya money back. I raised the 2G5. Get a 2G5, the job I got to send a Joya. Job I got to eat a 2G5. The papa can eat money like hey, I don't know what it is. They were displayed. I raised 60,000. I sent the 60,000 by Papa to pay the rent. No, everybody. Papa eat 40, get a minute 20.
That's the catch.
You go better. I probably didn't know all the letters. Go better. I said, Papa, you gotta go identify our people, you know. I sent 10 grand. Papa, go buy oxygen 10. You know, oxygen was a big thing, you know that, right? Oxygen 10, chloride, gloves, get it to the hospital. The Papa eat the 10G. And you know what I know is to talk? The whole traditional nonsense. You know, that uncle now, you know? You can't go question your uncle. Or you fast. The Papa corrupt. Anybody that you can get money to for something they eat or something that wasn't there. That's corruption.
Okay, so that's the gist of what I just wanted to share with you. As you were looking at the other reasons why, I was like telling you that these cartels, they believe that Joseph Boakai was the best choice to work with. Because he's somebody who doesn't stand for anything. He steals money, he eats money, he's hungry, he could fall for anything. So you see, these are the kind of people that they look at and say, look, this Papa could be worked with. That's why you see the huge consignment of the drug coming in the country without us hearing about any arrest at any borders. Under we are administration, you couldn't have seen that. There were a lot of arrests of drugs attempting to enter the country. Those arrests were made under we are administration. How did this drug come in the country without us hearing about it? If a president does not get his kickbacks and using his own security network of people who are supposed to be there to stop these things, hearing about these things, if you never had a president who was greedy, who could fall for anything like Henry Pedro Costa is saying, who you think these networks could work with? They say cartel. The cartels look for weaker vessels, people without integrity. That people that work around. They don't go for people whom they think can stand for something or they can just beat down easily. So between Weah and that of Joseph Boakai, who you think the cartel would prefer having as president of Liberia, especially when they wanted to use Liberia as a transit point? Is it not Joseph Boakai? Due to what Costa said, you think the people were not monitoring? They knew exactly the kind of character that was going to become president. Why you did not hear anything about the drug entering the country? Unless under Weah administration, there were drugs that were arrested at border points attempting to enter the country. That's what you should look at, especially integrity. You people are saying, oh, Joseph Boakai get integrity. No integrity. All that Costa is saying, Costa who was taking it all over the place, all that he's saying here, does it speak to integrity? No. So they knew the kind of person that they could support as being president, or if they didn't support him immediately he became president, they knew that they could damage his entire government, they could infiltrate the system, because he's somebody who haven't seen millions before. Joseph Boakai, they get ready, they take 100 million cash, they give it to him, say, Papa, anytime what drug can in the country, just accept it. Anytime what drug can in the country, just accept it. 100 million, you just go in power, they give you 100 million. The NASCAR boss took 500,000 at Joseph Boakai never see his whole life before for it to be given to him. They took it when he was not even president yet. They gave it to him. Joseph Boakai took it. You're seeing all of that? That's how come we reached to where we are. So now you want to ask the question, how did we get here? So Prince was telling you we got here because we are a lawless country. So a lawless country, the cartels will manage a lawless country because there's no law in place. The executives, law and gospel unto itself. So we the cartel people, once we do business with the executive, we are protected. Nothing will happen to us. Nothing. Absolutely. That's why you heard the guys that they caught the guys were smiling. Where did they receive bribe from the Liberia National Police level? This is where they are receiving bribe. The system itself. They're supposed to be having any other there. That the system, they were bribing because they don't care. And you know what? Oh gosh, this country. Anyway, yeah, Prince. So let's get Pella on, and we all will discuss together. Then the convention team will come in because she can't just be sitting by like that. And Moan will come in later on. So let's bring in our own mom, and she's there of the conventions committee. She's also joined us in here tonight. Yeah, I think she's there, so she can join us in as well while we get to Prince, and then we try to analyze and ask a question as to how we got here and why we are here. Yeah, and welcome to you, Pella Reto. And I hope I got the name right. Yeah, I hope I got it right.
It's Pale Red.
She's driving a car anyway. So I think we could have some challenge in terms of network. Yeah, but Prince, if she's not speaking, I'll try to welcome her on. And if she's not, then you can be saying some stuff in line with what we are discussing here tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a delay from your end, but she's speaking. She's speaking.
Can you hear me?
Kind of delay. Yeah,
she's in network from her end. So Prince, you could come in. Yeah, the network is giving her a big challenge. So as I was saying, Prince to also has a big challenge, and we'll get them back. And when we have them back, they will speak.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Teacher Light, I think there is a delay. There is a delay from your end, but she's speaking. So it's just a delay, you know, the network. Yeah, but she's speaking. Okay. Yeah, Madam Reto.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but Prince, you can. She's speaking, but from your end, I'm getting. She's not even displaying on our screen here. Yeah, and
wow.
Yeah, she's not even displaying on our screen here. Yeah.
Can you try?
Yeah. So I think the challenge is from her end.
You can go off and come back in, Madam Reto. If you are getting me, then just go off and come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just.
I think we're getting you now. I think we can. Let's try to get you now. Yeah.
So yeah, Teacher, like she's going off and
yeah,
she will come back in. Yeah, she's
I think she'll be
going
able to go through now. And someone said, I'm hearing her. I think Amos. I think it's from her end. I'm not seeing her, but you people are seeing her from your end.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she will.
Yeah.
Go
So
back
Prince, yeah, you can be going while she's off and on. While she's off and will be coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the delay is from your end. But again, a teacher, like as you rightly said, you know, we have this adage that whoever that does not stand for anything, you know, falls for everything. And this is just what is happening in the country. You have a president who, even when he was vice president, he stood up for nothing. Remember one time he was being interviewed by how you call or one of you know, the veteran T. Max Gilate. And it was this issue. Tima Gilate asked him a question. But Mr. Vice President, at the time, he said he was a race car park. And Mr. Gilate asked him a question. Mr. Vice President, you was Vice President for 12 years. And you knew that some of these things were happening. Why didn't you talk? Why didn't you just, you know, back off and say, no, I cannot be in this kind of position and such a thing is happening? Mr. Boyka told us, he was very loud and very clear. He told us that, look, nothing that I could do. I just sit down there. You wanted for me to talk. That clip is all over. You wanted for me to talk, so I just sit down there. So this is a man who, even when he was vice president, he stood for nothing. Check this man's record. Even when he was working in the government, from the era of Todman to that of President Samuel Kayando, look at this man's track record. Look at his achievement. Under this particular man, all of the place that he worked, was marked with corruption. All of the place that he worked was marked with corruption. This man was dismissed. He has a consistent record of being dismissed. And at the end of the day, we gave our country to this man. So like you rightly said, the cartel look at the weaker vessel. They look at someone who will fall for everything. Someone who openly said that I was living on loan. Someone who imagined this man had a budget of millions of United States dollars. But yet, he could not even manage his life after he left the office and he became a beggar. So like you rightly said, Teacher Light, and the cartels, they are very clever. The people, they are very cunning. They will weigh the political atmosphere. They will look at the political space. They will see the weaker vessel, and they will go to that weaker vessel and try to support the weaker vessel. This is the reason why you saw that His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah was being fought from every angle, because the cartel knew that if President Weah is giving an opportunity, he will do everything to break us down. He will do everything to destroy it. So therefore, let us put our weight behind this man who was living on loan, who cannot even sustain his own life, this man who could not even manage his own life. So let's put our weight behind it. And there's the reason why you saw, imagine, a Costa was giving up to 2,000, 10,000 to Joseph Newman Boyka that he could not account for. So it is not strange on what we are seeing. These are all just, somebody will say the peripheries that is attached to the bigger picture. So Boyka is of no integrity. This man have shown beyond all reasonable.
Okay, so madam, you can speak now. Yeah, I think madam is back. So let's just get her. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can go on, please. I think the guys are getting you, so don't mind me. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, greetings to all. My name is Paula. Paula Reto. I am the logistics and operation chairperson for the convention that is to be held in Philadelphia.
Hey.
Yeah, we are glad to be here. We are just coming from another function in Philadelphia, the hosting of the flag in Philadelphia, and we are just leaving, and we are trying to find a suitable place to be so we can have this meeting. But for the meantime, we will have the meeting while we are heading there. I hope you guys hear me. But thank you, Abraham. Thank you, Teacher Light, for having us here. Prince, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Yeah, I'm getting you loud and clear. Yeah, you are loud and clear from my end. Yes, you are loud and clear. Yeah.
Teacher Light, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, so we are here to promote the convention. We want to encourage everyone to be part of the convention. That's one of the main reasons why we want you to help us to promote it. The convention starts July 29th, which is a Wednesday, and it ends August 2nd. The political leader will be in our midst. The ball, the dinner ball will be on Saturday, which will be August 1st. We encourage everyone to come. We're going to have elections on Saturday. We're going to have elections on Saturday, and then after which they're going to be installed during the dinner ball. And then Wednesday is the meet and greet. Thursday, we're going to have the official opening where the political leader will be speaking. On Friday, we're going to have a diaspora forum. And then on Saturday, we're going to have the ball. It's going to be great. We expect everyone to participate. We want all citizens to be part of it. We look forward to having everyone.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Paula Reto. Thank you so very kindly. So tell us, people who are listening to you, what is the significance of this particular convention? I know, CDC as a political opposition, political party, one will say, why the CDC USA convention is so important? Why is it so important?
It is important because we are rebirthing, giving birth to renew and give to reburn CDC. It is important because we are installing officials. It is important because we are looking forward to 2029. We are getting in gears for 2029. So it is important that we get our house in order here in CDC USA because we want to be able to be access and a great support to Liberia.
Now, you talk about an asset and a very great support to Liberia. I know, in past time, the CDC USA a very vibrant, one of the most strong arm, of the CDC diaspora has been doing their own, they've been having a very great time and they have been very supportive. But this convention, I know CDC have had a convention all over, but what makes this convention, very, very unique of all of the convention we have had? What can you point to that make this convention unique, that can convince a sedition that is listening to you that, look, there is a need for me to jump on the plane the next minute and be part of this convention? What makes it very unique?
What makes this convention very unique is that this this will be the very, very first time the political leader will be in our midst, actually be in our midst from start to finish, will be able to be in our midst as we conduct the installation, the voting of those candidates. He will be in our midst. He wants to make sure that we do that which is right and that we are fair in the election. It is important because we are going to be able to come together as one voice and celebrate.
Thank you so very kindly. And to just add I'm not, and let me just provide this disclaimer to people who are listening. We are not part of the convention committee. We are not part. We are also, also participating in the convention as one of the SARs. Sometimes I don't like to do it on here because people say, oh, you're using an opportunity. But we are participating. And like you said, I want to stress on this. One of the most important things that we have seen, the involvement of the political leader, His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. Like you said rightly, over the period, we have had series of events, in the United States. We have had, conventions and etc., etc. But for a very long time, since we, took on the mantle of authority in Liberia and became a party, the political leader has been very, very busy with other issues. So as seditionists, we have never had that opportunity to meet with him, sit down, and have a heart-to-heart conversation. Even at the time when he was, a president, most of the time when he goes to, or when he travels here to the United States, the meeting is always a town hall meeting. He meets with the conglomeration of Liberians. People who are opposition, people who are seditions. So all of the meetings that, he had, at the time he was serving as president here in the United States, they were all about, Liberians, void of any political, what we call affiliation. You will meet with them and, have a discussion. But this is going to be unique. And the reason why this is very unique is because His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah will be meeting with seditions. So we will have the opportunity to have that exclusive time with our political leaders. And I know that there are some issues. Take for an example, one way or the other, all of us, we know we are having our own, let's say, advices. Some of us, are having things that we want to tell the political leader. So it's going to be an exclusive time. It's almost like one will refer to it as a mother, or let's say as a father and children time, where we'll be able to have that personal interaction with the political leader, not going through third party, not going through second party or 15th party or whatever party, but we'll meet with the political leader, sit with the political leader, have, a real interaction or real-time interaction. And there's the reason why, all of us want to add our voice. We want to add our voices to the many voices to say to seditionists that are listening to us from around the globe. We will have people coming from Canada. There will be people coming from other parts of the world, other seditions, to be able to grace this occasion. And that's why we are telling seditions, come out. Let us have this wonderful time with the political leader from the 29th, of July to August 2nd. It's going to be a wonderful time. But Madam Orita Palare, to tell us about, I know you are the logistics person for this particular convention. Now, tell us about the location, of this particular event. Tell us about the location. How is the location? Is it that, we just go anywhere, they have a convention anywhere? Can you give us a visual picture of the location of this particular convention?
Yes, thank you, Prince. Thank you so much. And thank you for explaining in depth. Yes, as far as the location is concerned, the ball, we are going to have the ball at Springfield uh, Country Club in Philadelphia. By the way, we're going to have all the activities ba- basically at the same place. And the meet and greet, we are going to have it on Wednesday at Mosul Spot in Philadelphia. And basically, it is not that far. Um, and then the service, we are going to have the service at the church. And the church is also in Philadelphia, and they're just about 5 to 10 minutes drive from each other. It is not that far. So we have the location set already, and then we're going on Sunday. We're going to play a soccer game where the political leader going to play along with us. He's going to play basketball and soccer at the field Lansdowne Lindbergh Field in Philadelphia. So he's going to be with us right after the service. We are going to go down on the field, Lindbergh, and play that Sunday. So basically, the activities are going to be at Springfield Country Club, and then we'll move to the church on Sunday, and then meet and greet at Mosul Spots.
You talk about, thank you so much for that visual, description. But one will be concerned, is this just, seditions in the United States that will be gathering, or are you anticipating, seditions from back home, Liberia, or other parts of the world? Tell us, are you anticipating other, other people, other seditions, or maybe other members of other oppositions political party? Tell us about that, please.
Yes, thanks for asking. This is not just seditions, even though majority of them will be seditions gathering, but on Friday, uh, on Thursday, the oppositions, we're gonna have other we're gonna have other members that will be coming. We expect some VIPs to come from Liberia. We're gonna have like Frank Sakoko. I believe he's among the people. We're gonna have great speakers coming from Liberia. A lot of people coming from Liberia, but I will reserve this particular question for the OIC. In about 3 minutes, we'll be getting to our destination, and then he will be able to come on to answer your question.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So tell us. I know with this planning, there are a lot of. It entails finances. This is not just going to be, walk on, eat, and collect paraphernalia. So tell us about the monetary value attached to this in terms of individual. I'm talking about, let's agree that I'm a sedition. I'm all the way there in Utah, and I want to participate. What do I need to do? How can I get involved? How can I be part of this process? Can you walk us through that, please?
Yes. So actually, our total budget is about $90,000, but we are trying to work along with it. Even though we may have some little challenges, but we're trying to work around the budget. But we are so grateful to all of the chapters. Most of the chapters, they are contributing towards this budget. So people are paying, chapter leaders are paying, and individuals are paying their their delegate fees. So because of that, we are able to, gather some funds financially to be able to meet up with our expenses.
Now, like you said rightly, and I want to appreciate you, and I think I want to just throw a little light on this. One of the challenging moment was about finances, because when you talk about the issue of convention, especially gathering in the United States of America, this required a lot of money, especially judging from the kind of area, the way you people are really organizing it. I mean, the kind of places that you guys are taking seditions for this particular occasion is quite huge. I mean, these are fast areas that you guys are taking this particular event. So one of the worries from the very beginning was, where are these people getting money from? Y'all get money
Yeah.
from your pocket and the rest of it. But what is unique is how Seditians have been able to mobilize their own resources to be
Yeah.
able to pay towards this particular event. And I think this is something that we should not overlook. It's very important. For I mean, like you said, the chapters. I mean, chapters are involved into this. I think for a very long time we have not seen, I mean, the full involvement of chapters, to the extent that the last time, the meeting that was held, we have up to, a very pretty close up to 17 to 20 chapters. I mean, that have registered in order to participate. And not only that the chapters have registered to participate, but we are seeing individuals, I mean, delegates, who are also paying towards this process. So most of the money that is generated, it's not just coming from, maybe, for example, somebody say, Omar Palais, that Omar sponsoring the whole thing, but it is from Seditians themselves. And this is a very good sign of our re-collaboration process, or somebody will say re-awakening, a recalibration process, where Seditians can see the need to be able to take over their party and spend the money. Like we always say in the United States, we put our money where our mouth is. The place our mouth is, and the place we put our money. So this is the uniqueness. I don't know how you guys have been able to solve that magic. If you can say it out, I mean, to mobilize Seditians, to organize them, that they can be their own sponsor. I mean, the sponsor of their program. How did you do it? How did you play that magic? How it come about, if I'm to ask you?
Prince, I thank you for that question. I must commend all the Seditians that have come, to support this process. I am amazed how much Seditians have come together, the chapter leaders, how they mobilize their members to pay is amazing. They all have worked as a team. It's amazing. So if you ask how did we do it, we just strategize, because we want everybody to be part. So Reverend Moore and I, we just try to get the chapter heads involved and going to their meetings and pleading to them and telling them how much this is important. We attend their meetings and then we advertise and mobilize them. We check on them to see how far they are, if they have any challenges, and if they do, we try to help them out. So we just put some things in place to be able to unify them and and give them more information about the convention for their own understanding, and then that's how they are able to come along and support the process. Even though in the beginning it was a challenge because of the different friction that was going on, but people by and by they are getting to understand that CDC USA needs to be one. We need to be united, and united we will be.
Thank you so much for that. Now, you talk about the presence of the political leader. You talk about the presence of the political leader, and I want to say this to Seditians that are listening, or to Liberians that are listening from all over the world. This is very unique for us to have the political leader. I mean, in this gathering, it's not just something common. It's something that we must make use of, especially those of us in the diaspora. We have to make use of, judging very well, knowing how, very busy His Excellency is with different engagements, from different areas. I think it's something that all of us must be able to come there, and we have this particular exclusive time. I always stress on this, Madam Red, too. I always stress on this because, after the elections, especially those of us in the diaspora, let's say in the US, have not had that time. I mean, that personal time with His Excellency. And there are some things, we look at, which we think, we should have improved on. There were some things in your own mind as an individual, you think, we should not have, at least ventured into. So this is an opportunity. You are not going to be speaking through a third party. They say, oh yeah, but apparently we're through a big Peter president. We are saying that 18 year girl or Reverend Moa Peter president. We are saying that ha a fee. But His Excellency is going to be sitting and hearing you. And I want to ask you a question. Is he going to be there throughout the event, or is it just going to be a one-day thing where President Yaka is sit down, you talk, and then we just go? Can you throw light on it? Whether, is going to be with his full involvement. So can we hear from you? Whether he will be there throughout, or is just going to be a 1 or 2 day event that he will just attend and leave? Can you throw light on that, please?
Yes, thank you. Yes, so, like I said, we met with the political leader. And even before we met with him, he assured us that he will be with us. That was one of the reasons, in fact, the convention was changed, the date was changed, because he wanted the political leader, His Excellency President George Weah, wanted to have the opportunity to meet with all of us. But due to his FIFA engagement, if we were to have that date, he won't have. And because he really felt that he needed to meet with his people. So he decided to meet with us during the time of our convention. So not just 1 day, not just 2 days, but he will meet with us throughout the whole entire time to the end of the convention. So the convention starts Wednesday, July 29th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The political leader will be with us during that time from Wednesday, greet and meet. He told us that he will be there on the first day, and the second day, the third day, the fourth day. And then, of course, we're going to have an interaction with him. He's going to interact with us. So it's not just one time. And then we'll have a dialogue with him on one of those days as well. We're going to have a roundtable dialogue with him. And he's going to be excited to be with us. So yes, he will be with us. He looks forward to meeting us. Thank you, Prince.
All right. Thank you so much. So
he will soon be here. He's going to park the car and then he will be with us.
Okay, sure, definitely, yeah. So one of the things that one will also ask, in terms of, I know, identity, Seditians are people who are very unique. When they are somewhere, they are always unique in their just in their showing. Is either through the wearing of their paraphernalia or etc. So tell us, what is going to be there for sedition? Is it that it's just going to be a gathering, everybody will just come? I mean, when you pay the delegates fees, are there other things that people would benefit from, delegates would benefit from? I know that obviously there's going to be food, people will eat, yes, people will eat, but are there other things that people are going to benefit from when they pay their delegates fees?
So
hello.
from their delegates fees, who, when they pay, they get free t-shirt. They get free t-shirt, and then they come in free into the ball, and then they go to the field free as well. So their delegate fees that they pay, it ensure them getting into the ball or into the field, and it ensures them a t-shirt. They get a t-shirt and a hat. So yes, and in fact, Prince, just to add, we also will be giving awards to those physicians that have been working very, very hard, that people normally do not acknowledge. That people that sometimes people work very hard, but then they don't get recognized. They do a lot for CDC, but they don't get recognized. So our plan also is to recognize those physicians and give them the George Manawia Award, the President Award. That's the name of the award. So the president will come and he's going to give those awards to those recipients who, who their chapters send their names. Their chapters send their names to be rewarded. Yes. So the president will give them that award and give it to them and put it. So it's a lot. We're going to get t-shirts, the delegates, free t-shirts. They're going to go in free, and then they're going to get into the basketball, the field on Sunday free. But I just wanted to throw the light on recognition. And then also we're going to recognize people that have done good works in the community and in Liberia also. I know a doctor that was supposed to be honoring as well. He does a lot for Liberia. So we're going to be honoring a lot of people.
Thank you so much for that. And talk about the issue of honoring, right? I think this is one of the most unique portion that you people have inserted in the entire program. Like you rightly said, there are seditionists that have been going above and beyond. I mean, they've been making sacrifices. They are behind the scene. Some of these people, you don't even see them, talking. Some of them, they just, you're not just seeing them. So tell us, how are you going to get these people? Maybe one will say, well, I'm a seditious, I've been here, I've been to. So how are you doing it? I mean, how are these names coming out? Is it that you're doing your own thing, or people got to pay for them to be part of this particular award, or they got to call certain person? How are you doing it? How is the selection done?
So basically what we have been doing during our convention meetings, we have been announcing that for anyone in your church, I give your name. And that's what we have been doing. So again, this if you know of anyone in your chapter that you think needs to be recognized for the work that they have done, just box me with their names. We got names from New York, we got names from Philadelphia, I'm in PA, and we got names from other chapters. So, people need to be recognized. So that.
Okay. So, fellow Liberians, we want to say a very big thanks, to all of you who are following. I know we are having some, challenges. I know we are having some challenges, but again, we want to say thanks to all of you who continue to follow, who are following. We are actually, here with the convention committee, and I'm here with Teacher Light. We are here with the convention committee. It's going to be a wonderful time. Like someone asked the question, relative to how can they be a part. Well, there is this app now that they have. You go online, you fill it in. All you need to do is to pay $100. It's just $100 you need to pay. Once you pay the $100, you are a citizen wherever place you find yourself. But if you are in a state where they have a chapter, for example, I'm going to give you an example. I'm in the DMV area, right? I'm in the DMV, and the DMV comprises of one district, two other states, in the metropolitan area. So you have Washington, D.C., you have Virginia, and you have Maryland. So for these three areas, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland, we serve as the chairperson. So if you are a citizen in any of the area, in any of these states, like Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland, you reach out to us. Once you reach out to us, automatically, we'll definitely ensure that you are, there, and then, you can add you on the listing. So it's going to be a wonderful time. So again, we want to say thanks to all of you for keep following. We are grateful now to have with us the ORC, who is the officer in charge of the CDC USA, and also who is heading this identical program, that is the convention. So welcome, Reverend Moa, Honorable ORC. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sheriff. Thanks for the invitation.
Now, tell me, I want us to go straight into this convention. We've heard a lot from the chairperson for logistics, and we are grateful that we have you on. Tell us, just give us a run-up of this entire convention. How is this convention going to be? I mean, what are the mechanisms that you people have put in place in order to have a successful program? Because I know it's not easy, especially in an opposition planning such a unique program. It's a lot. So what have you people put in place in order that we can have a program that maybe somebody will say will be second to none or will be first to none? What are these things that you've put in place? Drill us through, Honorable ORC. Welcome again.
Again, thank you so much. And this convention was previously scheduled for the 24th to the 28th of June this year, mandated by the National Executive Committee of the Congress for Democratic Change. And but due to the engagement of the political leader, he's the head for the player panel on racism of FIFA, and he asked us the need to adjust the schedule. So we have it now set for the 29th of July to the 2nd of August. The convention will be held under the theme Renewal for Results. You can renew yourself but no result, then you're not renewed. But our renewal is meant for a result. So we want to come together to discuss how we can be one CDC, one vision, and one future. So in that light, we have developed a convention, program or activities that will gear towards achieving that renewal for result. When we leave the conference, we'll be one CDC with one vision for a one future. So it starts from Wednesday, the 29th of July. It ends on the 2nd of August. So what we've done is to put in place a mechanism that we allowed delegates and state chapter to do their registration long before they come to the convention. So it makes us to know the number of persons that will be in attendance and the number of chapters that will be in attendance. But it's mandatory that once you are a chapter within the CDC USA, a part of your responsibility is to attend the national convention. It's for no reason you can stay out. If you stay out, you are declared inactive. But let's leave the politics and come to the organization. So on Wednesday, we'll be having what you call meet and greet, where delegates from all over the United States, Europe, Canada, and folks from Africa will be gathering, including the political leader. We gathered at 55 East Baltimore Avenue in East Lansdowne at a place called JSM Cuisine and Bank Hall. We'll be starting this meeting at 4 o'clock in the evening, where we'll be there to welcome all those that have become from the various states, including His Excellency and his entourage. And we will sit down to discuss amongst ourselves, because there are some people who have not met each other for quite a long time. We'll be embracing each other and having some fun, having an opening dinner that night. So we'll run up to 12 o'clock. People can go back home and rest for the next day. The next day is the 30th of July. It's the official opening of the convention. It will be held at the Springfield Country Club in Springfield, Pennsylvania. It's at 400 West Sproul Road in Springfield. It's a very beautiful setting for good people like us and all grassroots. So at that opening, His Excellency will be delivering the keynote address. We'll be receiving message from the party chairman from Liberia in the person of Anthony Janga Kawako, Augustine Cole, and the president or the 25th president will deliver the keynote address in the morning hours of the convention. Then we'll go for lunch. After lunch, we'll come back again. We have a dialogue forum building, a reconciliation. It's a dialogue roundtable where there will be a presentation on the way forward. But before that, we have the convention program, that committee set up for the convention that will be implemented. I'll be working along the convention until we end. Then we'll go into a dialogue forum where we'll have engagement with some basic questions as sedition, where we want to go, where we are, where we want to go, and how we can go there together. So it will be the whole day of engagement. Then the next day is what you call another leadership forum where people will be speaking. We have, speakers like Gamudet, Clinton. We have Honorable Williminta Piso Sita will be speaking. We have Wanto Tia Wanto. We have Sam Jacobs and Sylvicus Basica. They all will be speaking on various topics geared towards the focus and development of the organization. That same Friday, they will be introducing the candidates into a debate. And after that, on Saturday morning, we'll be coming up with this great election for officers of the Congress for Democratic Change United States chapter. After that beautiful election, those that will be elected will be announced. Then we'll transition that night into a board. The board will be a recognition board of sedition who have worked hard in the United States to sustain the party. And there will be a surprise on that night. More to that, there will be other dignitaries who have been an assistant to Liberia we have called to recognize during that night. It will be a board of all people from all walks of life. Yes, we've invited other political leaders to attend the board, and you will see them at the board as well, but our focus is on our members. So up to now, let me tell you, the momentum is so wide that we have almost about 13 to 14 chapters that have done their registration in terms of their convention fees and delegates' names being submitted. So we are processing those delegates' names online in creating their delegate tags. So when they come on the first day, they're going to receive their tag. The t-shirts are already here, the t-shirt and caps. So you're going to receive your tag, your cap, your convention, booklet, your everything that you would need for that convention. So the chapter fee was $500 and the delegate fee is $100. You won't believe it. In mass response, delegates are paying the $100 to the chapters, and the chapters are sending names. So on the next day, which is on Sunday after the ball, we're going to have a divine worship service along with one of our churches here, the Faith Emmanuel Lutheran Church in East Lansdowne. The political leader will be there. We'll have prayer for Liberia and the rest of it. Then the afternoon of that Sunday, which is by 2 o'clock, we all will go to the Lindbergh Park, where we're going to play basketball with a team from Maryland, the DMV All-Star basketball team. We're probably going to be there. It's been led by Leonard Bernard. Leonard is the son of Honorable Archibald Bernard. They are bringing a team from Maryland to play us. The political leader will be playing basketball as well. He will be leading the CDC USA with other great players from CDC USA on the basketball court. After the basketball game, we'll transition to some entertainment. Musician will entertain us. Then we'll go to the football game where CDC USA will be playing the Pennsylvania Old Town Community Sport Association. They call them POSA. CDC Philadelphia or Pennsylvania beat them before, and CDC USA are going to beat them again to climax the day. On that same day, we'll be having a cookout, full sale of all kinds, good chicken, good meat, good goat soup. Everything will be there for that for small price that you can pay. After we are done for the cookout that day, we'll all be saying farewell to each other as we depart to go to our respective places. So I've given you a rundown of the convention and what we expect coming out of the convention. Leaders that will be elected, and resolution on the way forward for CDC USS will be developed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable ORC. I want to go to the logistic person here. Madam Palereto, maybe somebody listening to us from all the way there, maybe Utah, or all the way there from the North Pole, is saying, I want to come. But what about this issue of lodging? I mean, is there arrangement, or you people have a place that when I come I can sleep, or you people have a hotel that I can be able to get to with a discount, or what? Tell us about this issue of lodging, please.
Yeah, we have Airbnb. We also have some hotels that we reserve. And we can always share the links. Those links and the Airbnb are in our convention chat rooms. But if you are not within this convention chat room, you can always inbox me and call me, inbox me, and I'll be able to share those links with you. But they are all in our convention chat room. We have hotels that we reserve, Holiday Inn. We have Marriott. I reserve, I got special discounts with different hotels. And then we'll have Airbnb. All you have to do, click the link and do your reservation. So yes, we got several hotels and several Airbnb in the convention chat rooms. But if you are not in the convention chat room, just call me and I will do that. I will send it to you. I will inbox you with it.
Now, I know most of the time people will ask, we are in the Western world, and now maybe everybody will want to maybe be searching for a place. Do you have a unique, a system where people can be able to reach out to the convention in terms of whether it be a website or whatever? Do you have that? Do you have that developed that people can just straight go to it and they will get to you people?
Yes, we have a website, but the ORC can talk to about that. But we do have a website. Let me turn it over to the ORC.
Yeah, please do. Please.
The website is cdc.usa.org. So you go to the website, you want to see the basic information that can enable you to be abreast about the convention. So it's right on the website, cdc-usa.org.
Okay, so let's take our own time again and go over it. You say the website is what? Just take your own time.
CDC-USA.org. www.cdc-usa.org.
Okay, so fellow Liberian, those of you that are listening and maybe want to get to the website, want to get more information, like the ORC said, you can go right on the net. You can go right on the internet. It's www.cdcusa.org. So once you get to www.cdc.usa.org, all of the information that you need, even if you want to talk to somebody personally, the number is out there that you can be able to call. The number is there that you can call and talk to them. This is how unique this entire program is. So again, we want to say to those of you who are listening, for example, if you are in a state, wherever state you are in, you can go on that particular website and inquire, because now as I speak to you, we have about 15 or so plus chapters. I mean, more chapters. And this is the uniqueness of this convention, which I think is important that some of us stress on this. We have had a convention in time past. I mean, that have been very unique. The conventions we have had has been very unique. But the way and manner in which I see people trooping in, like was stated by the logistic officer, Madam Orito Pale-Reto, the way and manner in which I see people trooping in, it has never been like that in the most recent time in any of our CDC activities. Seriously. The way I see people coming in, to the extent that, I mean, chapters, this is the first time in the history of CDC USA for us to have a program where chapters are charged to pay money and they pay. I want to repeat, I want you to get this. This is just to tell you how important people take this program in the US to be. This, I repeat, this is the very first time in the history of the CDC USA since 2005 or 2004 that chapters are asked to pay for their chapter setting, and also that delegates will be able to pay. This is the first time it has happened. And for chapter to be trooping in like this, I was looking at it and I was asking myself, why is it that people, they come in with full force? I mean, they are coming, they are rushing, they are coming in less than no time to have about 15 plus chapters. And I want to believe that before this week even comes to an end, it's going to be 20 more plus chapters that will be coming. So don't miss the occasion, don't miss the activities, don't miss it. Be part of it and enjoy the moment, especially with the political leader, His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. Enjoy the moment. Come there. It's going to be very very, very, very unique. But Madam, I want us to transition to something else, and then we can call this a day. We are here for 2 hours. We have gone like an hour, 30 plus minutes, and we have just few hours. I want us to transition into, the national issue. I know everything that you are doing here in the US is all about Liberia. Even the entire program is all about Liberia. What is your take on what is happening, especially the most recent drug burst that we have experienced in our nation? I want to hear your take on it, Madam Pale-Reto. What is your own observation relative to, Liberia, political scene? What is your own take on what is happening, especially with this issue of the drug burst in Liberia?
With the drugs issue,
yeah,
honestly, our country should not be having drugs in our country. We should not be struggling with this situation. It is scary.
Okay, so I think we are having some, technical issue from her end. We are having some technical issue from her end, and I'm sorry. Our folks there, in studio, they cannot come on live because there are some challenges. But let me just tell you, one of the major reason why we are here are on Friday, which is going to be tomorrow. We are going to be raising funds for the studio. I need now to tell you some of the challenges that we are faced with. You are already seeing it as it relates to the internet. And we want to say thanks to those of you who have been doing exceptionally well. I remember before our relocation, we launched a project here and we launched an appeal and asked that people should be able to help. And I mean, people troop in from every walks of life. People troop in. I mean, people from Liberia, they came in, they show up. I mean, people from the US, they show up. And we had a very wonderful time. I mean, we were able to raise a substantive amount, which we want to say thanks to all of you. Again, tomorrow we will be having this particular fundraiser. We will be having this fundraiser. There are a lot of challenges, that the station is faced with, that we are faced with as, as an institution. Remember, the Kings FM is on the blacklist of government, to the extent that the government of Joseph Newman Boyka is so petty, to the extent that they will even discourage people who are even coming in to advertise, on the station. That's how petty the government is. The government is fighting this particular station. They don't even want to see us on. They don't even want to see us talk about us on. They don't, because we have been doing excellent work of exposing the government, of ensuring that the government work, So they don't even want to hear our voices on here. And that's the reason why sometimes it becomes very difficult, because for the station there is nowhere else that we are getting money from. We don't have any kind of thing that will bring us money, with the exception of what we do here, like through advertisement, and etc. But for now it's difficult because we are strangulated by the government. Before, I remember in time past, government will give you some advertisement, give you some contract, you advertise for the government, and then they pay you. But for now, we are on the blacklist of government, so we are depending on ourselves. We are doing it for ourselves. So we want to appeal to you. Tomorrow we are going to be having a very, very a big program here. It's going to be a fundraiser. We want to appeal to you, to all of you, to kindly show up tomorrow, Friday, and let's be able to do this. We need to have a very stable internet, system in the studio. You are already seeing what is going on. We need not to further stress, on what you are seeing. It's a kind of bit embarrassing, that we'll be on, and then our co-host, Teacher Light, he can be on with us because of the system. So I want to appeal to you. We'll be here tomorrow. We appeal to you to join us so that we can do that fundraiser. We want to try our best to see how best we can, have, our Starlink. We are trying our best to have it. We are trying every means possible to have it, and help us. So tomorrow we'll be here raising fund on that. But we want to say welcome back to Madam Pare Reto. We're asking you the question relative to the situation in Liberia, and you were talking about the issue of the drug that have taken over our country. It's over to you. Welcome back again. You can unmute yourself. You are muted, please. Just unmute yourself. No, unfortunately, I'm not getting you. I don't know if I'm not getting you. Okay, so yeah, so the way we find ourselves, and we are appealing to all of us. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, Reverend Moore, welcome back. So I'm just going to ask you, is there any other thing that you want to talk about that we did not talk about before we can transition a few minutes into what is happening into the body politics? Or is there any other thing that you thought to make mention of that maybe we skipped that you want to talk about?
CDC is a party of the people, and we are working to maintain that value. And as a part of the people, though we are having elections during the convention, but we want the participation of the people prior to election in our discussion, roundtable discussion, to be such that everybody will get involved in, so that we can dig our past, clean our past, and have a healthy presence for the good future. So imagine the political leader has vowed to be with us from the start to the finish. He wants to be with us once and for all. There's something he said, when we finish the convention, the CDC, USA, Tabataba, we'll finish once and for all. Because I myself will be there. Then it will interest you that on top of election, I'll be sitting down, I'll be watching who are voting, I'll be watching, they will count the vote, they will announce the result of the vote. I'll be there and see, I'm a witness of the process. So when I go back home to Nigeria, I will be able to tell the neck that I was there. I saw it as it went on. So it's very important. So it's very important, his presence at the convention, and not just his presence, his support. He calls to where he is. We had a discussion, and he took note of everything we told him about the activities. He suggested some things in it, and he also supported it with whatever meager resources he has, because he wants the people to be gathered, let them discuss. And one good thing he said, which encourages me, was the fact that we're coming together as a party to discuss issues. It's a Congress. You don't want to be in a party, we are not forcing you. But don't bring Tabata to a pro convention. Who bring Tabata there, we'll lead them, we'll let them go. Because this is a serious time. We should think about the people in Liberia, think about where the party is, think about what the people urge to have us in government. We are the hope of the people. And we can be the hope of the people then. One of our key aspects, CDC USA, is having internal wrangling. No, we want that. So you've been appealing to everybody to ensure that you can bring all your concerns. You can come to the convention, pour your concern down. But don't come and bring Tabata to the convention, which is very, very encouraging. And I want to encourage all of us who are throughout the United States praying to come to this convention. You are safe, you are secure, you will enjoy every moment of this convention. It's a professional convention, the first in the history of CDC. Come and see it for yourself. When I say something, I mean it. The convention committee is working all time to ensure that you have one of the best conventions ever in the history of the United States. So we want to thank you for the opportunity granted us to talk with you. It's our hope and prayer that we together will renew for a result this one CDC with a one vision and one future, so the Liberian people will have hope for transformation of their lives. God bless you, my man.
Thank you so much, Reverend Moore. Let's go to Madam Orita Pale-Reto. Is there any other thing that probably you have on your listing and want to talk about that we did not ask you about? The opportunity is yours, man.
Yes, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, sorry, the network is giving us hard time.
I know,
But
no problem.
Yeah, but if I have one last thing to share here before we close this show, is to just encourage everyone. You know, like I always say, let bygone be bygone. You come, let's talk on the table. This convention is unique, it's historical, and the president will be here. You come and talk your issues with him if you have issues. You come. But CDC USA cannot be in this roller coaster forever and ever and ever and ever. We need to set CDC straight. We need to have CDC on a trajectory where it can be steady. CDC can be on a roller coaster all the time. So let this, as we move on, I want to encourage each and every one to come to this convention. This convention is yours. You are part of this convention. Your name is in it. We want to encourage you to come. Bring your family, bring your children, bring your husband and your wife, bring your guests. CDC is part of you. Don't let nobody distract you. President Weah is a peacemaker, and he doesn't like when people are not in peace. So whatever your issue is, come and we will discuss it. We can be fighting ourselves. We have UP that we need to be fighting, but we can be fighting ourselves. If you have disagreement in the house, come, let's talk about it. You don't have to be fighting yourself. We can't be fighting ourselves like that. CDC has to go on. We can't keep CDC hostage. Liberia depends on us. Liberia depends on us. And if we keep CDC USA hostage, it will affect Liberia one way or the other. And 2029 is in front of us. Before we look, it will be right here. We all love President Weah. And if we all love him, we must do that which is right. We all love the party. If we love the party, then we must do that which is right. CDC is an institution. It is not an individual property. So you can't say, because somebody did this to me, so I don't want to be part of CDC. You have to be part of CDC. If you have a problem, you come, we discuss it. I mean, if you're upset and then you take a flyer and go to another state and say you want to have a convention, you put President Weah face on it, then you put yourself face on it. Then another state have their part of convention, you put your face on it, and it's just unity. It's not unity. So why put his name on there? And when you are not part of this process, let's come together, CDC USA, and let's come to unite. Come to the convention. We want everyone to come so that we can all be one with one voice and one future. Thank you, Prince. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Orita Pale-Reto, for the very brilliant work. I think it's something that we must always hail the committee for. The committee is doing exceptionally well. I mean, to organize seditions in the diaspora in such a huge number, that in less than no time you have, I mean, the chapters are just pouring in. This is the first of its kind, to have all of the chapters on board. You know, they are just coming in, and you have delegates just reaching out. I think it's unique. So again, I want to say thank you for the time that you take to be with us. And we want to say we will keep knocking at your door. If there is any other information that we need from the committee before the convention, we'll definitely reach out. But thank you so much for accepting our invite to be part of the show. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Chairman Prince. Thank you.
Reverend Moore, you've come. I want to say thanks to all of you for gracing the occasion. We appreciate all of you who was able to come on. I know you in a lot of other activities, working here behind the scene, but yet you are able to come on. We want to say thanks to you. So for your parting comments, okay, for your parting comments, I think you were talking on this issue. You care to just land on that? Yeah, we're talking on this issue of the drugs. You wanted to just land on it before you can take your exit?
But the fact remains, if you use drugs as a campaign slogan against the CDC, and you came over to say you came to rescue the people from drugs, but then drugs is being manufactured in the country under your regime, that means that you want to get rid of Kush to bring big brother of power, the cocaine. So you're trying to use the drug excuse to come and make the country a narco state. Who knows? You could be funded by drugs money in your campaign. Because there are lots of funding that are not being stated in public where it came from. Imagine a $10 million presidential villas that were built by the Vargas government. Up to now, they can't tell where the money came from. So if they can't tell where the money came from, then we will say, with all the drugs buzz that we're experiencing. Now, the scary thing is, drugs in our country to be exported, or drugs have been exported from our country to other countries in Europe. It's scary. It means that only people who are higher in government can be involved in the kind of illicit drugs trafficking. And if you can tell us where your money came from, the bill of $10 billion villas, then it's a drug money. Where you taking money to build all your homes now in Cinco and other areas, it could be drugs money. So we have to be very frank and fair in our system, because you keep a line and God expose the line by the rest of these people. And as citizens who are doing these things, citizens who are exposing these things because you lied to us. If citizens would not have exposed them, but now they would have said go wrong. But thank God to the good working citizens of Liberia, patriotic citizens of Liberia, who will make sure that they will expose this government in her deceit and in her ways of destroying our country through the drugs association. It's terrible, it's bad. That's all I can say.
And Reverend Moore, do you really trust this government? The government is conducting an investigation. And from all indication, it's like even those who are conducting the investigation, they've also been compromised. Where we saw today, there are individuals who were part of this entire investigation that have alluded to the fact that, yes, they have received some level of bribe. And with what we are gathering, with all of the connections of people who are in higher places, especially in the security sector, name being mentioned and in the government, do you trust this particular government, information that they are giving to the public? We saw yesterday the report that was being put out there by the Justice Minister. One say he honored, declared the drugs. So do you really trust the information that is coming from this government about fighting the issue of drugs?
No, at all. You can't trust the government because the government itself is fighting herself. Imagine in the judiciary, you are fighting cases to be won in your favor. When people have decided cases, you want to call back the jurors. to decide cases in your favor. You want to relocate case from Monrovia to other parts of the country because it's not working in your favor. Those are things people not to trust you. Like I said, up to now, you have not told us about the $10 million estates, where the money came from. At first, the president said he never knew. In the end, he was there for the groundbreaking. So do we trust the kind of people? The police director, it took the House to pressure him before he even make an arrest. And one thing was saying like he's trying to be the defense counsel of the drug dealer. You understand that? With all of this, now you were able to bring people from international, expert to come and do your testing at the Capitol when the place got burned. Why is it you can't bring international investigator to investigate the process? Because we know that you're not capable of doing those things. When international folks come, they will expose some things that will be so wow, in a sense like, wow, we didn't expect this to happen in the government. But we won't stop. We'll put pressure on this government and on the international community to ensure that we need a neutral investigator in this process. During our time, when talk about the $16 billion, the president opened up to the United States embassy that brought in people, experts, to show credibility. Expert reporter yet said they were still complaining. Now you can't even bring expert and you want to trust that which you're doing? God forbid. If you think you are not part of it, call other people because we are saying you are part of it. So call other people, international body to investigate what's going on, to give a report that will be transparent so that we will trust you. Until then, we can't trust you in the investigation.
So before we close this, I want to hear your take on this issue of the judiciary system with Honorable Samuel Tway. As you may be aware, the case was open. There was a long haul and pull and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, the case was being heard, by somebody would say a jurors of his peer. And these people, after looking at all of the facts that were presented both by the government, the defendant, and the prosecution, they came up with a unanimous verdict, a not guilty verdict against Honorable Samuel Tway. But here we have the government insisting that the very people who were jurors, who were under their jurisdiction, who were being protected by the very government, the government is now claiming that these people, they were compromised, and because of that, in fact, some of them are placed behind bar, and they want to now overturn the verdict from the jurors in the case, and they want to start everything, at fresh. What is your own take on this, sir?
So this is what I'm saying. These things makes us scared, and these things are eye opener, and these things should be something to mobilize the opposition and Liberians, because it breaks down the judiciary system of our country, that check and balance. So it means that the judiciary is in the pockets of the government. So it's like saying, if you the jurors decide, if you don't decide, in our favor, we'll put you in jail. So it makes people even afraid to serve as juror. With the how you call it case, with the case of the speaker, they were also temporary with jurors. Now with the case of Samuel Tway, after the jurors made their decision and said he was not guilty, they went home. You close the case, you dissolve them, they go home. The interesting thing I heard this morning, 3 of them who are associated to the deputy Anthony, they were freed. And he left the other people there. What made you think that we can be sure that the government made the people to lie so the case will be reopened? And I want to talk to citizens who are in Liberia and Liberians. any attempt they want to make to arrest Samuel Tuer, to force him to court, we the people should tell the government that the government belongs to us. We should resist it from the start and resist it to the end. Because if we don't show them that we are serious, forget about 2029 election. They are testing the water. Only thing they are doing, so they are testing the water, they are testing the spans of Liberians to see whether Liberian got spans. If we're going to take a stand against them, forget about election, yeah? Because they can do anything to us, they will say they won't do anything. We know Liberians are just 2 weak people, 2 weak issue people. So any attempt to bring charges against, how you call him, Tuer, or to arrest him, we the people should provide security and resist to show the government that the government belongs to us and not us to the government. Because the government is for the people, by the people, and for the people. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Honorable ORC. Let's go to Madam Pale Reto to just use the next, because we already consumed our time, the next 1 minute, as she conclude talking on this issue of the Honorable Samuel Tuer. You know, where the rule of law is being now selective. Somebody said, when you go to the court, you will see the justice statue has a veil, but now the veil has been ripped off her face. Once it's government, you know, you got to agree with it or else you go to jail. But let's hear from you on this issue while we part ways.
Yeah, thank you. It is sad for our country, you know, even though I'm here for a convention, and really I'm not too much into such politics of such, but I hear a lot, and for some reason, I don't know what's going on with our country and our country government. I don't know why is it hard for them to just follow the law. It just appeared to me that every time, more especially the government, every time for them to follow the law, it seems to be a difficult thing. They don't follow the law. I mean, like the OIC said with former Speaker Fanati Kofa, you know, what was hard for them to follow the law, but they still had to they played some tactics until the mayor resigned. Not that he wanted to resign, but he had enough. Liberian people were suffering. So he put the people first. But they didn't follow the law. Prince, you know they didn't follow the law. Who takes somebody to the hotel for how many days? 52 days, just to mold them, grow them, and give them money under the table days in out, just to get a speaker. So it's the same thing they did with even this man who they Samuel Tuer, this man, the minister, they said he was not guilty. So if the same system say you are not guilty, how do you turn around now and go to the juries and say it was a foul play? I mean, I thought it says that we should trust the system, we should accept the system. But how do you trust the system when the system is even turning against itself and against what it says? I mean, how are we supposed to trust them? Okay, you said that we should get juries, and whatever the juries say, that's the final. We should accept that. Then you turn around and say it was a foul play. So I don't know what to think about his president. And I don't know what to think about his government, honestly speaking. You know, I may not know the other details of it, but every time I turn around, they're doing something that is on the contrary. You know, talking about the drugs. I remember when we were in position, they said, oh, President, our administration is bringing cooch. I couldn't hear my ear, cooch all over the place. He's bringing cooch. Now I get up in the morning, I see they're trying to hide the big people that are supposed to be part of this drugs thing that they have going in Liberia, and they're getting the little pickings. And then I see some people on the Facebook, whether those people are real, the drug dealers that bringing the drugs in or not. But this president, I will sum it up, he lied. Like the song said, you lied to us. He lied to the people just to get in power, and you can't lie to get in power, you know? You can't lie to get in power. So I think this country just, the administration just need to get it together. They're not governed at all by the law.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. So again, fellow Liberians, for and on behalf of, Teacher Light and the King's FM family, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you who made it your duty to be here. We appreciate you in the comment section. We thank you for sharing. We thank you for everything you continue to do. We want to say thanks to the CDC USA Convention Committee for their presence here. And again, want to remind you, on tomorrow, there's going to be a fundraiser. We need to be able to solve this issue of our internet from, the end of the studio in Liberia. It's really, really, kind of like challenging. And we want you to please be with us tomorrow so that, we raise whatever we have to raise to ensure that we have a stable internet so that our people can get the information. On this note, I want to turn it over to studio. Whoever that is in studio that is listening, you can now take us off the screen. I want to say thanks to Teacher Light and thanks to all the wonderful family of King's FM for the continual information. For those of you who are here, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. And join us also tomorrow as we get under the Palava Hut to be able to also discuss issues of national importance. Thank you so much. And studio, you can take it from me from here. Thank you and bye from our end. Sorry that I can't take any call because I am not in studio. I'm not clothed with that sophistication to be able to take calls. But again, I want to say thanks to all of you for the time. Until we meet again tomorrow, get ready and let's do it big. Bye from our end.